We'd like to introduce our starters before we do the national anthem. For the visiting team, the Maple Grove Crimson. Beginning with number 3, senior defense, Greta Stang. Number 14, senior defense, Lauren Stensley. Number 19, junior attack, Jamie Stolt. Number 21, senior midfield, Courtney Lysing. Number 23, senior midfield, Rebecca Getch. Number 24, senior defense, Jenna Tim. Number 27, sophomore attack, Leah Muscatello. Number 28, sophomore attack, Ella Olson. Number 57, senior midfield, Madeline Bast. Number 68, sophomore midfield, Audrey Malekade. Defending the goal for the Crimson will be senior goalkeeper, Bridget Getch. The head coach is Haley Karate. Now, here's your starters for your Cardinals. Beginning with number 28, freshman attack, Annette Abbott. Number 11, freshman midfield, Casey Beck. Number 8, junior defense, Kennedy Bolander. Number 9, junior attack, Lila Gilliard. Number 6, sophomore midfield, Brooke Griffith. Number 7, senior defense, Emily Holloway. Number 1, junior attack, Gianna Isaacs. Number 3, junior midfield, Rachel Jerzak. Number 17, junior defense, Amesh Johaj. Number 13, senior midfield, Rowan Tom. Number 15, sophomore defense, Anna Van Holzen. Defending your Cardinals goal, senior goalkeeper, Hannah Stodolka. The head coach is Jeff Schnickel. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise for the playing of our national anthem? Thank you.
And with the end of our national anthem there, we are ready to get started here. Coon Rapids Girls Lacrosse, Maple Grove Crimson, their visiting opponents today here at Coon Rapids High School. Jeremy Smith welcoming you to the broadcast as we get a look at the Crimson squad over there and head coach Haley Karate. First game of the season for both teams, so 0-0 records coming in. Not much of a season last year at all, so not a lot of history to fall back on. So we'll get a good look at both teams today out here on the field. A little bit chilly. There were some snow flurries earlier today. Nothing accumulating on the field at all, though. We'll see. As you hear from our announcer, 37 degrees right now. Our officials today are Matt Anderson, Jim McGillis, and Drew DeVore. Gentlemen in black out on the field. You'll see them making our calls. Get a look at the Cardinals squad there as we get ready to get things underway. Had a JV game on the field here earlier. Nice to see both schools having enough players to field both a varsity and a JV team. And we'll get ready. We see goalie Hannah Stodolka headed in to her home goal there as we get ready for the draw at the center circle.
Ladies, it's showtime. High school varsity Lacrosse.
As they line up here at center, we'll get a whistle and the game has begun. The draw goes to the Crimson. We'll bring it down into the attacking third across the line. Good pass up to the top of your screen there. They pass it just inside the 8-meter arc. We'll scramble for the ball on the ground. The Crimson come up with it as the ball gets knocked out again. It looks like we are going to have a whistle. And we will have a penalty shot here from the 8-meter arc. Waiting on our officials, and there we go. Quick run in, a toss over the top. And we do have a goal for the Crimson. That looks like number 13 with the goal. And I do not see a 13 on my roster. Might be a 23 there. Rebecca Getch on the goal there. We'll get ready to start back up. Get the clock running there. So a little scramble as the ball goes out of bounds here on the near side. Crimson will retain possession of the ball. They move the ball forward to the attacking third. Pass out to the 12-meter arc up top. That is Bast working the ball, trying to get around her defender. Takes a shot. And that one goes in the net low. That will make it a 2-0 score. So we'll head back to that center circle for another draw. Referee getting the ball in between the crosses of the players there. Cardinals coming out with this one. And we have a call giving them possession of the ball. Streaking down the center of the field. It's Kennedy Bullander. Passes that off. Griffith with a long pass behind the net to Tom. Tom motioning for her players to get some movement out front. She hangs behind the goal. Some lax defense there. Gets passed through the middle, but a little over the head. Cardinal player scooped up and checked out of the cross. Defense for the Crimson recovers the ball. Bring it back down the other way as they move it forward. Defense there to knock the ball down as it went in toward the goal. That is Gilliard with a long run, top side of the field. All the way down, looking for someone to pass to for an opening. She gets that back to Griffith. Griffith testing the defense, throwing it back up top. To Jerzak. Ball on the ground as the Crimson try to recover. Scooped up briefly for a moment by Beck, who does recover the ball. Beck down on the near side, swarmed by the defense, gets a pass off. And that goes to Abbott. Abbott trying to get it to Tom behind the net, but the defense is there to check it out. Trying to clear now. Running down on the near side is Lauren Stensile, senior defender for the Crimson. As she makes a long run the length of the field. Passes it up through to the middle to Lacing. Lacing, great pass down the middle. And an easy goal there for Rebecca Getch. That is her second of the match. Gonna have to resync our clock here. Believe we're correct at 21:34 is what it shows in the stadium here. This next draw. Players are lined up. Referee stops them for just a second there. A little bit of lean. They have to hold their crosses together with the ball in between, and then when they get the whistle from the official, they toss it up into the air. It's basically like doing their own jump ball in basketball. We get a start timer on that clock as the Cardinals bring it down into the offensive third. Weaving through some traffic, losing the ball and recovering it there is Bolander, who still has it. Tosses it up on the top side of the 12-meter arc. Pass behind the Tom. Goes out the back line. That's going to be called a Crimson ball. Clock continues to run. 21:05 here in the first half. 2 24-minute halves. As the goalkeeper Getch for the Crimson launches that one downfield. Maple Grove quickly coming down the field here, but good defense by the Cardinals to deflect that one out of the attack. Crimson do recover. Almost a great pass to the middle there, but the defense has their sticks up and in the way. Gilliard giving some effort there as that's moved back around to the top to Madeline Bast. Bast eyeing up the defense, takes a run, and we're going to get a whistle here. Let's see what the call is. No stoppage on the clock, but we are going to get a free start from the 8-meter line for the Crimson. There's Bast with the ball here. We'll wait for the start. That one is fired. Goes out the back line. Brought back into play. Crimson out front. Shot sails over the goal and out the back line again. Crimson still with the ball. Looking to work it around from the back to the front. Looking for a cutter to pass to, but nobody there. Decides to take it herself. Quick run, fakes the shot, and then fires that one through. Danielle Key with the goal that time.
Scoring number 15, Danielle Key.
And that makes it a 4-0 match. So unlike in boys lacrosse, the girls are not allowed to stick check each other. You won't see them slapping each other in the arms or trying to hit the butt end of the stick. No contact here. Most of the checking has to be stick to stick, trying to knock that lacrosse ball out of the cross of the opposing player. We'll line up here. And we are once again rolling as the Cardinals have possession. We'll get a self-start there. Tom takes it at the line, but checked away from her by the Crimson. Outrunning the defense. I believe that's Bast with the ball. She comes down at the 12-meter arc, looking to pass and loses the ball. Tom chased her the whole way down the field and ended up with it. Still ball on the ground as players struggle to scoop that up. Still bouncing around. Loose ball comes all the way out, and the Crimson do regain control. The ball is passed down to the near side, right out in front of the net. Shot over her shoulder, but great stop there by Stodolka. Good save at point-blank range. The reaction time on that is really tough with someone standing right next to you. There is a 3-second rule in the crease, that circle around the goal, where a player can't cross in front or stand in there for 3 seconds unless there's, as far as crossing goes. If you're chasing a player, you can, but defenders can't stand in there either. The shot goes low, but off the legs of Stodolka. 2 consecutive saves there. That's passed through the middle, but a lot of defensive traffic is there to knock that up. Crimson come out with the goal, with the ball up at the top. Brought all the way around the south side of the goal and around back. I'm looking for someone to pass to through the middle. No one there. Defense has their sticks up. Cuts in, ducks under the defender, and tosses that one in from right in front. And that'll be a second goal of the match for Rebecca Getch. Makes it 5-0 here. Just under 18 minutes to go here in the first. All right, I take that back. I believe that is the third for Getch. That is the hat trick for her. We'll get ready here. The official's waiting for everyone to be in position. Center draw gets tossed up. Tom knocks it forward. It gets batted around on the ground. Crimson's still fighting to pick that one up. Once there is possession of the ball, that's when the clock starts. So once we have that clear possession, we start rolling that. Crimson pushing forward just outside the 12-meter arc. It gets passed back up to the point to Bast. Or Bast. My apologies. I'll say it wrong both ways just to make sure I don't do it right. She cuts through the middle, makes a move, comes back out, testing the defense there. Her pass goes up top to Ella Olsen. Olsen fires it back down to the middle, over her shoulder, and that'll be a goal for Jamie Stolp.
Scoring for Maple Grove, number 19, Jamie Stolp.
Stolp, a little toss over her shoulder there. We don't get the instant replays on our CTN Lite shoots here, but does get you the game action. So I will do my best to call them as I see them, but if I do make mistakes at home, you have the benefit of being able to click back and watch back to make sure that I got the call right. So 17-17 left on the clock here. 6-0 in favor of the Crimson here in the first half. That faceoff goes up and is scooped up by the Cardinals. We'll get the clock started here as that's brought into the offensive zone, but the defense able to take it away for the Crimson. Running down on the near side is Erickson. Erickson passing it forward to Lacing. Lacing with a run across center court, center field. She's looking ahead. She's got a player open in front. Nice pass and even better save. Another great save for Stodolka. Straight out front. As the Cardinals defense able to get that one out and moved forward. Gilliard using her legs on the top side of the field to take the ball all the way down. Looks like we are going to get a whistle and a self-restart there. Cardinals still with possession of the ball. Little lackadaisical there as the Crimson defense pounced on the opportunity. Checked it out of the stick. Long pass forward for them. We're going to have a chance out front here. And that is tossed up over the shoulder. And a nice goal there for Megan Van Curler. Freshman. Van Curler's goal makes it 7-0. And we are going to have a Cardinal timeout. Get a look at the Cardinals team there. Head coaches Michaela Weispfennig and Jeff Snickle talking to their team. You see the blankets and the winter coats back out. Can never pack them up in April here in Minnesota. Sometimes you got to wait. Sometimes you got to wait all the way till June, to be honest, to make sure you can pack them away for that 3 months of summer before we go back into the fall season. So we'll definitely see a few good stops from the goalie. Again, first game of the season. There was no season last year, so little rust to shake off for some of these players. Some of the players on both teams were able to participate in some indoor winter leagues as the COVID-19 restrictions for the state lifted up. There were some winter lacrosse leagues that were optional for some players who were able to take advantage of that opportunity to get back out and start running again. On the other side there, Coach Karate talking to her team. Masks are out there for safety, but also today they keep you warm, so kind of nice to have them out there. So just about 6 minutes into the game here. I'm sorry, 8 minutes. I'm great at math. 8 minutes in. We have a 7-0 lead for the Maple Grove Crimson. The JV teams played earlier today, and that was a Crimson win for the JV squad. We'll see some players getting prepped and ready to head back out there. An official on his way over to the huddle to let them know it's time to wrap up, and they do so. Just about time to get us back into play. I believe on lacrosse, each team gets 2 timeouts per half. I may be wrong on that one. We're back out here. So that timeout was called just after the Crimson goal to make it 7-0. So we will start with a draw back at the center circle. Ball is up in the air, and we get the signal from the referee to start time. Muscatello passes that one in. Another great stop at point-blank range for Hannah Stodolka. Stodolka looking around now for someone to pass to. Crimson defense is there to get in the way. Or offense, I should say. A little collision between players sends Crimson back out past the 12-meter arc as they pass around and look to set things back up. Bass with the ball there in the yellow netting of her lacrosse. Sent around to the top side, just outside the arc, and passed behind the net. That one's tossed out front and turned away. Another save and stop for the defense. We're going to get a whistle there. And we'll see if that call... We're going to get a yellow on that one. And it's going to be for a... We're going to stop on the clock. We'll get a yellow card on that one. So they will play, much like hockey, one player down while that penalty is running. Make sure we match up our official clock here. It looks like we're good. All the bookkeeping has been taken care of. Umpires are ready to get us rolling again. It looks like we'll have a self-start. And we'll get that clock rolling. Good run from Bolander here as she fires it low. That one bounces just to the side. Looks like that is going to be Crimson ball, as their player was the closest when it went out the back line. Crimson looking to move that back up. Their goalie with the ball now. Bridget Getch sends that one up to Muscatello. Muscatello takes a cut through the middle of the field, weaves around some defenders, and tosses a pass. Not handled cleanly, but ultimately scooped up by Leasing, who gets it forward. Pass down into the offensive zone. That one's fired low, bounced too far to the side, and tossed in, backhanded over her shoulder once again. Jamie Stolp scores her second
Number 19, Jamie Stolp.
of the game to make it 8-0. Real hard as a goalie with someone standing right in front of you when they toss it over their shoulder like that. You don't even get a chance to see the shot since their cross is hidden by their head. We still have a penalty on the Crimson as you see a player in the bottom of your screen kneeling just out of sight. That's Madeline Bast. She'll get the okay to go back in soon here. We'll get another draw back at our center circle. And with possession going to the Crimson, timer starts up again. Brought down on the near side. Again, she passes it up through the middle. Mishandled again slightly by Lacing, but she's got it now. Passed all the way back around to the top of the arc. And sent around behind the goal up top. Crimson rotating the ball around, looking for an opening or a cutter. That one's down on the ground, but no defense there to take advantage of it. Crimson toss it behind again and then back out front, top of the arc. And that goes up to Muscatello. Muscatello probes a little bit, but then backs off, sends it back around. See the defense trying to rotate to keep some bodies between the ball handler and the goal. Little motion and rotation now. And the penalty kill time is over. So Bast comes back onto the field and we're back at even strength. 11 on 11. Bast comes in and takes that ball up at the point. Met by the defense. Starting to get a little bit of pressure here from the Crimson. She spins around her defender. And nonchalantly kills time here. Puts the spin move on there. Fakes with her stick. Goes straight in the middle. Winds up. Fires that. All the way out the back line. So it's still Crimson ball. And a player back there. Passed back out front, outside the 12-meter arc. And Crimson just working the ball around the outside now. passed behind the goal again. Rotating all the way around. They switch it up and go counterclockwise with that pass. Getch makes a few moves. That ball hits someone in traffic there. We'll see what the call is. Looks like it is a penalty, so we'll have at the 8-meter line. Crimson with the ball. As soon as she starts moving, everyone else can. We'll get the whistle. Makes a move. Goes up top. And we will get a goal for the Crimson.
Crimson, number 23, Becky Getch.
Becky Getch there, I believe with her 4th of the game. Get some players rotating around there. Looks like everyone's set as our official gets the ball ready for the draw. Possession goes to the Crimson, who bring it in the offensive zone. No defense in front of her, but she holds up. Bast walking the ball back around to the point as her team gets in position. Holding the ball up top, passes it through the middle. Set play from the Crimson there, but that one bounces a little too far to the right, goes out the back line. Crimson will retain possession. It's passed back in. They have it just behind the goal now. Looking to make a move and not able to do so. Drops the ball, turns that one over to the Cardinal defense. Sadolka bringing that way outside of the arc, just past the 12-meter, almost up to that first line, looking for the long pass, but not quite able to connect on it. The Crimson pass it back to Getch, back in their goal. That one's tossed just past half, bounces through and into the offensive zone. Crimson recover that one. Move, nice pass, shot behind her head. And that'll be goal number 5.
Scoring for Maple Grove.
For Becky Getch.
Number 23, Becky Getch.
Nice quick pass from her teammate there. A little toss behind her head. As she was running to her left, shot it back to the right. Now that we have that 10-goal lead, we will be on running time. So that clock will keep going at this point. Lined up for our 11th draw of the game here at center. That one's Crimson working the ball. Again, back behind the net. Passing it counterclockwise. That pass goes straight up through the middle. Tossed up and in. That goal is going to be Lacing, I believe, number 21.
Scoring for Maple Grove, number 21, Courtney Lysing.
Our in-house announcer confirmed that that indeed was the case. 8.5 to go here in the first half. This draw is still on the ground, and Crimson do come away with that one. Pass that up into the offensive end. Working the ball back behind again, a play we've seen before. Looking for someone through the middle, but the defense is there to stop the cutter. Hangs on to it herself as she cuts into the middle. Muscatello back out to the point, outside the 12-meter arc. Taking a look for someone to pass the ball to. And that goes to Bast. Good run there for Getch as she scores her 6th of the match.
Number 23, Becca Getch.
Official lining the sticks up there. You might wonder why they're both standing on the same side. That's probably because one of those players is left-handed. Crimson with possession, coming around the top. Passing it around the back. I feel like I've made this call before. Looking for someone through the middle as it's passed around the outside. Getch down on the bottom of your screen there, just inside the 12-meter arc. Passes it back behind the goal. A little cut in probing the defense. Nothing there, so it's passed back to Bast. She tries to make a move for the top corner. Not able to get their ball on the ground. We're going to get a whistle from the official. No stop on the clock, but what's the call going to be? Looks like Crimson will retain possession of the ball. And they're going to have them take it out. Well, it is going to be a Cardinal ball at the back line. Trying to send that back to the goalie. Little dicey, but Stodolka able to get that in net. Brings it out. Outside of the 12-meter arc, gets a defender in her face as she's trying to stick handle. A little harder with the goalie cross, and we're going to get a whistle and a trip there. And they are going to have us stop the clock at this point. So, 4:46 left to go. Players adjusted their socks and everything. Get it rolling here. That is picked up by the Crimson defense, thinking quickly, weaving through some players, trying to shoot up high, but that one goes just to the outside. Malakaday not able to score on that one. Ball on the ground, just to the top side of the goal. Crimson do recover possession. It's passed around up front. Bast with the ball. Outside here. She brings it past the point. And ball is sent in through the middle. A lot of traffic out front and a good stop from Stodolka. Maintains possession of the ball in the crease there. Fires it forward. Tom trying to run and scoop that one up. Ball is scooped up, however, by the Crimson. Brought back into that attacking third to the 12-meter arc. Malakaday moving around to the top side of the screen here. The defense backs off a little bit as she passes it to her teammate. And the ball is worked back around in a clockwise fashion. Bast looking now. Passes it back up to Getch. Getch fires it through to the middle. Fake shot, turned away, save for Stodolka. Good block on that one. Crimson bringing the ball back behind net. Muscatello working against defense here. A little bit of contact. That one's fired and stopped. Stodolka with another good save from close range. She waits for her team to get ready. That pass intercepted by the defense. Little head fake from Key, and she tosses that one in. That is Key's second goal of the game to make it 13-0.
Danielle Key.
Two and a half left to play here in the first half. We'll get some substitutions. Checking out the middle of the table. Another shot of head coach Karate there for the Crimson. A comfortable lead here in the first half. We get some new players lining up for the draw this time. As the clock ticks down to about 2 minutes. Possession goes to the Cardinals. That's run downfield by Bolander. Bolander waiting for her team to get set. A lot of defense there for the Crimson. The rest of the Cardinals get down and into position. That's passed down near side. And then fired back up to the point. Bolander looking for someone. Teammates trying to show for her. Isaacs. Got two number ones down on the field there. I'm sorry, one's an 11. Whatever the opposite of double vision is, I have that. So. Cardinals turn the ball over, and that is coming back the other way. Crimson running straight down the middle of the field. That one's passed up. Clean look from Alekade as she passes it, looking for someone coming through the middle. Good job by the defense to be there and break that up. Not a clean chance at all, as we're at about 44 seconds left. Just about the end of the first half here. A little head fake and a fire, and that'll be another goal for the Crimson and for Danielle Key. That is her third of the game.
Number 15, Danielle Key.
Got a hat trick for her. And that should take us to halftime with the running time here. We'll hear the buzzer coming up with running time after a 10-goal lead. I doubt that we'll get this draw off before we hit that halftime marker. And indeed, that is going to do it for the first half. So 14-0 in favor of the Crimson here at the halfway mark. Definitely some good stops on the part of Hannah Stodolka. Some positioning on defense probably needs to get set up, but we will get ready for the second half here in just a bit. We will be back with more. You are watching coverage of girls lacrosse here on CTN Studios, CTN Lite, CTN Sports. Looks like we are just about ready to come back here for the second half of action here at Coon Rapids High School. Crimson and Cardinals on the field. Crimson in their crimson and white road jerseys. Cardinals in their white with red lettering. The second half here. Cardinals will be going from right to left on your screen. Crimson, obviously the opposite direction. And with a 10-goal lead, we are in running time, so unless we have a timeout or an injury or the officials otherwise indicate, that clock is going to keep rolling here in half number 2. We're lining up for the draw. Tom taking the draw for the Cardinals. Like it's tossed. And once we have possession, we will indeed get things rolling. Cardinals on their heels on defense here. Good stick tack by Tom to knock that down, but the Crimson able to recover. Crimson working the ball down near side corner behind the goal. A couple fake passes there from Key as she works it over to Muscatello. Muscatello looking to make a move. Ultimately passes that back to Key behind the goal. That's sent out front, but Tom able to get a stick on it, knock it down just outside the 12-meter arc. Ball on the ground as players are sweeping for it. Crimson recover. Muscatello working around behind the crease. Try to do a little handoff pass there to Van Curler. Van Curler fires it back around. Crimson working the ball around the top side now. A little run inside the arc. Cradles and one runs all the way through. Lacing still holding the ball. Let's see, players trying to get in position here for a run through the middle. She decides to take the run herself. Tries to make a move, but the defense does not give her a clear lane to the goal. Stolp trying this time, but that's knocked away. Key there to recover for the Crimson. Just behind the line. She throws it through to the middle. Not able to field it cleanly, and that ball is on the ground again. Players sweeping at it, trying to get that one up. And it is Erickson who ultimately comes up with it just outside the arc. Cardinals defense starting to pressure a little bit. She makes a move around her defender. Ducks under another one, and we will get a call. Looks like a check a little too close to the head there. So at the 8-meter line, it'll be a free draw for Erickson. Once she starts to move, everyone else can move as well. Waiting for the signal from the official. Looks like we are clear. She takes a run straight in, tries to make a move up and to the right, and that is out past the back line. Fired left of the goal. The Crimson maintained possession as they were the closest when it went out. Ball brought back up through, knocked down. Tom with a great check and picks up the ball. She's making a run through the middle of the field, looking for some help as the Crimson defense catches up. She makes a move down to the 12-meter arc. We're going to have a whistle back here, it looks like. A little bit of contact caused a stoppage in play. That'll be a self-start there, just outside the arc. She pushes it around in behind the goal. We got a whistle away from the ball here. Still be Cardinal ball. Tom with the ball now. Here's that start. She makes a run straight for the middle. A lot of sticks in the way. And a huge save. Bridget Getch, senior goalkeeper, able to get her net on that. Advanced forward by the Crimson, brought across the midfield line and into the attacking third. The ball is tossed back to Muscatello. Muscatello gets it over to Lacing. Lacing cradles, waiting for her team to get set. Makes a little move around her defender and brings the ball all the way around back. Cardinals look to be playing some combination of zone and man here. The ball's passed around back behind the goal. Tossed way up top. Erickson throws it into the middle. There's a shot, deflected away. Crimson maintain possession on the offensive rebound. Throw the ball back behind the goalie again. Look to set up. Wide open player standing right in front of the net for the Crimson, but the Cardinal defense able to figure that out before anything happens. Key runs into a brick wall, drops the ball. Great defensive play there for the Cardinals to get possession of the ball. Stodolka with it now. Stodolka sends that up the middle. The Tom weaving through some defenders and bring the ball up on her own. Loses that out of the cross, and we're going to get a whistle. Nope. She's got it now. Cuts back again. Carrying that in herself. 4 defenders there. She goes to the outside of the goal on the left. Cuts back in across the front. Tries to take a shot. Some traffic there as that rolls just north of the goal. Clean sheet for Getch continues. At 14-0. Long pass up. Her teammate is open. Middle of the field. That is Getch throwing it ahead for Van Curler. Van Curler scoops that one up. Sent back to the middle. Lacing takes it. Lacing fires. And Lacing scores. Lacing's second goal tonight. Several players with multiple goal games for the Crimson. We'll get ready for the draw here. We'll get a couple of subs coming on and off the field as they get into position. Getting a stick check there. So 18:07 left here in the second half. The pocket on that lacrosse stick can't be too deep. Otherwise, it's illegal. That is a penalty. A couple of random checks. Usually before the game, occasionally during. The officials have the right to check any stick if they think that pocket's a little too deep. If the pocket's too deep, the ball doesn't come out of there when it gets checked. And that's not how it works. So we're going to get an illegal start here, it looks like. So Crimson are going to get that ball. And we'll get the clock rolling again. 15-0 in favor of the Crimson. And Crimson on the offense here. Turn that over, though. The Cardinals defense able to get that one clear. Good run down the near side. It's checked away from her. Able to shield with her body. Get the ball and move that up. Gilliard bringing that all the way down the pitch. That's passed back up to the third line. Griffith probes the zone there, top of the 12-meter arc. Doesn't find anything, so passes it back to Tom. Tom behind that. Pass through the middle. It's broken up by the Crimson defense. Can't quite scoop it up herself, though. Tom still fighting for that one. Ball on the ground. Still rolling around. Sent ahead to a teammate. And the Crimson looking to clear the ball out here top side of your screen. Little fancy footwork and a long pass. Crimson are back on the attack again. Lacing with the ball. Down near side. Tosses that one up. I'm sorry, Muscatello. Muscatello loses that one. That one's picked off by Bolander, who brings it down on the near side of the field. Crosses the center line into the attacking third. Defense is back in front of her, though. Not a lot of passing options for her. She sends it all the way across the field to Tom. Tom with it now, cradles and comes just past the 12-meter arc, looking for a teammate. Little head fake. And see the defense shifting in front of her there, not giving her any clean running lanes to make a move there. All but 4 Crimson players back inside that arc on defense. We're going to get a call on a check here on the Crimson. I believe that call was on Bast, as it's a Cardinal ball. That one's tossed up over the head. However, they are able to keep possession. Bolander sending it up top through the middle on the ground. Not quite able to scoop it cleanly as the ball is loose and through. Mia Fogerly sends that one forward for the Crimson. They got a chance here. The 3-on-3 break. Bring it all the way around the back. That's Malekity. Passes it up. Tom able to get a stick up. Knock that one away. Sorry, Van Hulsen knocking that one away. A defense for the Cardinals. Stops that attack. That one's fired by Stadolka almost to the middle of the field. Cardinals fighting for that loose ball on the ground there. Gets tossed up in the air. And ultimately, Cardinals do come out with it. Running down top side of the screen. Casey back with the ball now. Looking around for her team to set up. She dumps it back over to Tom. Tom makes a move through the middle. We'll get a call here. A little swipe with the ball near her head there. And she will get a free run of it here. Takes a low shot there, but it is deflected by Getch. And her defense is able to scoop that one up back behind the net. Fire it forward. Good ball movement by the Crimson here. Lost ball down on the ground, but scooped back up. Crimson moving it forward down to the near side corner. Ella Olsen with it now. She makes a fake and then goes up and over to score the goal. Olsen's first goal tonight. So, with 16 goals, scoring from a lot of different players on the Crimson side. 6 of those coming from Becky Getch, senior midfielder. 3 so far from Danielle Key. We'll get ready for the draw at center. Got a couple of subs coming in for the Cardinals. Looks like Delana and Camille Washburn both coming out onto the field. And just under 13 minutes left to go here in the second half of the game. Crimson coming down. Nice, clean pass. And a shot there, but that shot ultimately goes wide on the north side of the net. Crimson do retain possession, though. It's passed back behind the goal. Defenders with their sticks up, trying to block those passing lanes. Lacing with the ball now. Brings it from the near corner. Back up to the point. Get some motion going from her team as everyone runs to one side of the net. See if they set some picks or just clear the lane out for her. She loses the ball, but they're going to call a cross there. Referee had the yellow card in his hand but didn't show it, so. Lysing with a free start there from the 8-meter mark. She throws up high and just misses the crossbar over the top. Crimson have a few players near that back line, though, so they will retain possession of the ball. Bringing it around behind the crease. Pass out front. Goes through a few players, ends up on the ground, but the Crimson scoop it back up. Going to make a move. We'll have a little contact. They're outside. I think we're calling that one on the defense. Free start for the Crimson. Stolp with it now. As the Crimson bring the ball back around. Passed out front. Almost an opportunity there, but that ball finds the ground rather than the netting of a cross. Crimson still maintaining that offensive possession. You see that same setup from their offensive players. Everyone's going to the left side of the net. A run there from Lysing, and Lysing puts that one in for her third of the day. That's 3 for Lysing. If my numbers are correct, that is 4 different players on the Maple Grove side that have scored 3 goals or more tonight. Minutes left to play here in the game. You see those field lights a little bit more now as the sun's starting to set. It's a chilly start to the game. Still a little colder as the sun goes down. No more snow flurries though, so that's a good sign. We're set for the draw. That's popped up and Crimson get possession. Crimson moving forward, past the attacking third line, past the 12-meter mark to the 8. That's passed right out front. Player waiting there, and that shot is just over the crossbar and out the back line. Crimson in position, though, to maintain that possession. Pass around back behind the goal by the Crimson. That one shot out front, fired out front, and shot in by Erickson, Grace Erickson, freshman, with her first goal of the night.
Scoring number 8, Grace Erickson.
One of only 2 freshmen listed here on the roster for the Maple Grove Crimson. Oh, listed as a defender, so she had a chance to play on the offensive end there on that play. And we'll get another draw. 8.5 to go. Crimson come away with this draw as well. Definitely been one of their fortes tonight. Quick run up here for Erickson, who just scored. She passes it back behind the net. That's sent out front, but not handled by Stang. Stang picks it back up, though. She fires a pass. Good defense to knock that one down. Ball still on the ground. Players all trying to get a scoop on that one. As it's sent down to the near corner, Crimson with it. Olsen fires a pass through the middle over everyone, but it's picked up. Defense is there to get a stick on the ball and send that one up over the goal. Crimson looking for a pass through the middle there, not quite handled well. That's dropped, but Crimson once again keeping the ball on the offensive rebound. Pass through the middle, fired down, and on the bounce. Looks like that one goes in. Ella Olsen scoring that one. believe that is her second of the game here. Just under 7 minutes left to go. Call from the official here on that one. It is going to be Coon Rapids ball, it looks like. Cardinal ball, 6 minutes to go. Running that straight down the middle is Bolander. Bolander brings it to the point, stops at the 12-meter arc, waits for her team to get ready, then takes it in. Anyway, through a lot of traffic there, a lot of crimson sticks in the way. Let's see what the call is. I think we're going to get a check. A little too close to the head there. So we'll put her on that 8-meter mark with a free start. She goes. That one's fired up through the football goalposts and out of play. It looks like they are calling it Cardinal ball with Tom hanging out by the back line there. Tom with the ball now, looking for a spot through the middle. Crimson defense, like a wall, slides over to meter. Not many clean shots for the Cardinals tonight. That Crimson defense has done a great job rotating, getting in the way. Shot by Tom there, scooped into the net of Getch. Has had to make a few saves tonight. Some of those shots do get through. Getch looking for someone to pass to. Looks down near side, fires that one all the way up, and that gets out of bounds just before a player can get there. Going to be Cardinal ball. Scooped up and moving forward with it here. Defense harassing back on the near side there. She tries to find some room. She gets double teamed near the side. It gets tossed down to the ground, but the Cardinals are able to keep it. Griffith brings it up through the middle and around to the top. Makes a move around her defender. Runs into two more. Looks like somebody got a cross to the face there. It was Madeline Bast. Took that. Just the eye protection for the girls lacrosse here. They don't wear the full helmets. Checking is illegal, but you do occasionally still catch a little bit of that cross traffic to the face. This one picked up by Muscatello, who comes straight down the middle, tries to get around a defender for a clean shot. Great job by Gilliard, not giving her any options there. Little fancy spin move. Back and forth, and Erickson puts in a second goal. Some fancy moves there to get around through the defense and get that one through. 3:20 left on the clock here. We'll get our players ready for another draw out at the middle. Whistle for the draw. That's knocked up in the air. Grabbed cleanly by the Crimson. Muscatello's been great on those all night here. Winning a lot of those offensive draws. At that center circle. Crimson still with possession. Looking for a pass. And another goal there for Muscatello. Muscatello, I think that is her first goal tonight. A couple assists in there, but that is her first goal. Just under 2 to play. 21-0 the mark. Still fighting for that draw here. Looks like the Crimson ultimately will come up with it. Passing it around the back here. Crimson still with the ball. Up on the outside. Moving that around back behind the goal. About 40 left to go. At this point, you'd think they're just working it around. 30 seconds left to play here. Erickson with the ball back behind the net. Tosses that up to the point. That pass a little too tall. The ball is on the ground. Scooped up by the Crimson, though. Stolp with it now. She dumps it off for Stensley. Back to Stolp. Back up to the point. Tim, that's thrown through the middle. Erickson, great pass. That one is off the side, so ultimately no goal at the buzzer there. And our final mark is going to be 21-0. Unless they're going to call that last one a goal. Believe we may have that one at the buzzer count. The official scoreboard here in the stadium says 22-0, so I am going to go with that one. That is going to do it for our coverage here of girls lacrosse tonight. A little chilly game tonight. Good defense from the Crimson. And definitely can see the effects of no off-season or no previous season here as we get into lacrosse this year. But we will be back here on CTN Lite a Wednesday with the boys game for Coon Rapids at Anoka. Hope you'll join us then. Until then, thanks for watching and supporting everything we do at CTN Sports and CTN Lite. I'm Jeremy Smith, saying goodnight.